It's a good, pretty well done for that. Really, it was coded on the Beyond engine, which is the only Beyond game I've ever originally from Beyond.
Hey, Magnus. We'll stop you for just a second, okay?
Yep.
All right.
Mostly right now I'm playing Immersion, believe it or not. So I like that they have a wide variety of characters and classes. So it's the Wizards are actually extremely amazing. All they really do is they blast stuff. They do massive AoE damage. They just explode everything. That's what they do. So it's not necessarily my favorite role. Like, it's my first character was Wizard. Don't get me wrong. I like the Wizard. It's just not my favorite class in this game. The Merchant I like because it's relatively interesting because instead of mana bar or whatever, you have kind of currency that you get from being attacked or attacking, which I don't know why you tax people for getting hit.
Oh, I'm gonna try Merchant.
So, they're more of they're like a weird mix of a martial class. So they're not really that difficult to learn. You just gotta realize that they have like their currency is like some weird mix of like stamina and rage. So it's weird. So yeah, don't expect this to be the most advanced game of all time. It's a throwback towards the Dragon Warrior, the old Dragon Warrior era of game. So, but I was pleasantly surprised with how entertaining it is. So, I'm currently playing a Merchant myself. I will be rolling a different class when I head over to join you in a moment. But I'm currently assisting on my stream. I'm currently assisting people trying to take out the first major boss of the game. And because of our really terrible team composition, we're having a difficult time. You had the boss itself requires a lot of AoE, so you can actually do the mechanics properly. We don't have that, so we're getting blown away in like 2 turns. So it's interesting.
All right. So I'm at the beginning.
Yeah, they'll teach you a lot. Yeah, the tutorial's not too bad. So, Jayne, how much of this game have you played before?
I played exactly what I went through when I was playing with you guys earlier.
So you played about 20 minutes. Never mind. Alright. I thought you played it before that.
Considering you just bought it for me today?
The game was free before they started actually selling it, so it was free for several years. So they made it purchase only. So.
I'm listening. I'm reading the full thing, okay. Okay, let's get out of the cave.
Are you gonna be starting your stream back up, Ryan, to...
Oh, right. I forgot to turn that back on. I turned it off to have that, like, to set up. It's called... I'll turn that back on. Back on my end. So people are aware at this point. I've been up since about, well, what would you say, 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon?
Sounds about right.
So, yesterday being like 30 hours ago yesterday. So, it's interesting, man.
how hard are you gonna crash when you finish?
Probably not as hard as you think. I'm an insomniac by nature, so I don't crash like that.
How do I get out of these menus?
Oh,
I'm looking.
X buttons.
Okay.
Yeah, I bound all my controls to my controls to a controller. You can use X-Men for that. That's more steps than you probably care to do.
No, I'd rather play a game like this with a controller.
Have you ever used X-Patter before?
No.
Yeah, that's an additional program where you map key functions to a controller, which is what I'm doing. They have a keyboard, they have a controller mode, which you can probably find easier if you like that. But I can send you something. I can send you X-Patter. Unfortunately, X-Patter is no longer free, so they do require you to purchase it. I still have the old free version back when it was free, that I could potentially send you. But they no longer offer that free license. So. Let's see if I can find something for you.
Fighting an assassin. Oh, for someone who's out of time, you sure are taking a long time to say something.
What was that?
I was reading the guy's voice.
Oh, yeah.
Da, 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 da. What's this reputation? Okay, let's recruit a slime.
Welcome to this game's versions of pets and party members.
Oh, that's specifically been put in place in the game so you can do stuff without other people if you really want to. Which is, I like that. It also gives you additional benefits if you have specific pets reserved, whether or not while you have other people in the party. Because you can only have 3 people in the party at any given time. So your reserve pets are not useless. But they do give you additional benefits like stats or additional spells or abilities you can use periodically, which is nice. So no, there's no like absolute best for pets. They are all scaled. Almost any monster in the game, save for bosses, the bosses can be recruited. Just the recruiting chance is extremely low. So it's a nice treat when it happens. I am sending you the old EXE for X-Pattern that you really can't find very often. Well, you can find it now. I'm pretty sure you can figure the rest out. Do you have an Xbox controller, Brian, or do you have a PlayStation controller?
Yes.
Which do you prefer?
The one I already have plugged into my computer.
Which would that be?
I think it's supposed to be a knockoff of a PlayStation.
Okay. It has X's at the bottom. Like the bottom button is an X, top button is a triangle.
ABXY.
Okay, so that'd be an Xbox controller. Unless it's a knockoff, in which case it's still the same shit.
Okay, so it's got the buttons like an Xbox, but it's got the shape of a PlayStation.
It's okay. I understand what you're talking about. I can tell you the easiest way to configure it.
Okay.
So you never have to touch. You never have to touch the
Game. Oh, it's working.
Is that?
Yep.
Yep. So once you put it in gamepad mode, it should play just like a normal game. However, it doesn't have controller compatibility, even though they have gamepad mode. So it's really weird. But the engine they used, they couldn't fix it. So.
Okay, so I'm at the bestiary.
So, yep, that's the easiest way to set it up. Just set it up like that every time. Or save it so you don't have to do it multiple times. And it's not that easy. Sorry, I was trying to like read while doing that at the same time.
You guys just died to the boss.
We got absolutely trounced. So I was trying to, you only have in a party, you only have 20 seconds to do actions. So I was trying to like futz through a venue while I was explaining this to Brian. So that was, my instructions came off as haphazard. That's why I was, my attention was split between me not dying and trying to get your game to run.
Hi, Brian.
Hi. We're at the end. Who's who? Is that you right there?
Yes, that is me.
Oh, hi. I need to stand up. It's that time of day.
I'm gonna turn on the light in my room because it's being this dark. It ain't gonna work.
I've actually opened my window. This is that time of day where I always wonder, why do I do this to myself?
I understand. But no, like I was saying, keeping drama aside, there's a reason why I told you not to put my stream on the main channel. Because a couple of people I associate with are not the most well-behaved human beings on earth. Which, they're good people, but they're just, okay, they're not terrible.
So what you're saying is they're very special snowflakes.
Yeah, that is a perfect way of saying it, yes.
Okay, so I'm at the end. What do I do? Did I accept it? I don't know. I can't tell with the controller.
I'm not sure. No, apparently not.
Okay, try it again.
It's not that, it's a little clunky, but it's good. Like it's the engine they use is really clunky. So
there. How about now?
Nope.
I clicked yes.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh wait, does it make you automatically follow me?
Ooh, I like this.
If you're in the party, whoever's in the what was that, Brian?
I like this.
Yeah, if you're the leader of the party, he doesn't have to do anything to combat. I mean, he can go into his menu, but you are the one that runs around. He is now the member of an old school RPG party. Now to keep in mind, he is kicked out of his menu if you use a spell that takes place on the world. So if you're both going into the menu and you both try and cast spells at the same time, because you're both in the same party, it will whoever does it first will kick the other person out of their menu temporarily. It's a minor note, so if we're all trying to do stuff at the same time, it's annoying. Level ups, no problem, no sweat. Just keep in mind while Brian can be in his menu while Jayne is running around. Like in his menu, if you initiate anything else, it would kick him out. So.
Alright, I left the party so that you could talk to her and the other people to give quests in this town.
Technically, if you pick up the quest at the same time, oh wait, you've already done that. If you picked up quests at the same time, you could also receive it.
Yeah, they're already in my quest log.
Yeah, if you talk to her, she'll give you the second part of the quest. You have to click on her in her menu, click the quest title.
Oh, by the way, right. And the answer to your question is no. They can't see the chat.
All right, good. It's not like there's something going on in there right now, but like if I have to like shout a command at someone, it's the easiest way to do it.
Okay, so. Journey to Balzlakia. Okay, got it.
Alright. The wizard people up here. That's a quest.
I have 2 quests, Journey to Balzakia and a slippery situation.
Yes, indeed. Slippery situation is going to be down the stairs here. And this is a puzzle. It's a sliding puzzle.
There aren't super huge amounts of puzzles in this game, but they do exist. Keep in mind, this started out as a free indie game, not like as like a pet project, not for something that was. And we ended up fighting a mine player. We're probably dead. It's a rare mini boss, and it's way tougher than the thing we're fighting, so it's gonna stomp us. And you can't run away from it.
Mildred's Orb.
Yeah, I don't remember how I solved this one.
Random. I saw. I'm done.
Woohoo!
I'll wait for you.
Alright.
Mouse in the house.
So, as a note, we're probably too low level for that.
It's okay. I just got it saved.
Mage has been blasted because he does high defense with like no magic resist. But yeah, he does a lot of damage. So it pretty much forces you to hit a certain level. It pushes over really quick.
Okay.
So it's not that easy.
I think to the south of us, there should be some more quests that we could actually go ahead and do.
Okay. We have Spider Venom and Bandit Mendus.
Hey, we did the Mind Flayer.
I actually don't have this quest yet, so we can do it in party if you want.
So we just picked up intelligence seeds from the boss, which I gave to Chris because this is spellcaster. So read it. Probably was not worth the effort, but...
I have a red slime. Now where do I go? Now where do I go?
There are some hidden treasure chests in the village here that we can pick up. What I believe is out the back door of this building.
Okay, which way?
Back to the left.
This way?
No, back into the building. There's a back door to the building. Alright, and for this one you have to walk through the trees, but I don't remember where the specific tree is that we can walk through.
Are you showing where all the secrets are?
Yeah.
Alright.
I did not know at first that we could walk through trees.
Only a couple of them. If that is the sort of things I need to do, then I will try to do this. It just didn't... Oh, this is a passable tile. Thanks, guys. Why can't it look like every other tile?
Okay, so now what?
If we go back out to the right, and across the way, there's another chest to be grabbed.
It's very rude of us to walk around guiding people's chests. Okay.
And again, I don't remember which specific tree it is, but one of these you can walk through. Alright, you just go back out the main cave.
That's boring.
Yeah. And I think that's actually all of the secret chests.
Yeah, first area is not the most interesting in it, but there's some decent people in this.
Alright, so now we can head out of town and fight some bad guys.
Don't cross the bridge yet. If you want to die a horrible painful death, cross the bridge. Don't. There are banks in this game, Brian. I think you can start getting access to a bank in your second town. But if you die without any gold you are currently carrying, you lose half of it. So that's your death penalty. So if you're carrying on a large sum of cash from your recent
The
exploits,
controls don't work. The controller doesn't work on these attack menus.
they do. It's just clunky. Did you set the gamepad though?
Where do I do that?
Gamepad. Oh, go into your menu, go to setup, and then click gamepad mode. There'll be a toggle for it. It disables your mouse and it makes it way more responsive to like a normal gamepad type setup.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to tell you earlier when I was trying not to die instantly.
Yeah. Okay, now what? Just walk around more?
Yep, walk around, fight red slimes and spiders.
Ah, my friend Steve is jumping in. I like this.
Apparently these tree spiders start out with 9 HP.
What do we start out with?
Whatever is listed in our HP. Information about enemies.
Also, one thing that's really annoying is that to figure out your max hit point total, when you're not rested, is you go into your menu and you move your cursor over yourself, or if you click on yourself, and it'll show your max hit points. Otherwise, it's like really old RPGs where you can't see your hit points maximum most of the time. So they did a good job saving space. It's just when you level up, you don't always know where your max health is. It's kind of funny. So.
I think my game froze.
Give it a sec. If not, just close and open it back up. It saves automatically, constantly. And since this is Chris's server, it'll you can rest assured it'll be there forever. He never deletes anything. There are official servers, but I don't like dealing with people. So they have an option to host your own. That makes it more attractive to me. I also just realized I haven't. Oh, you left the chicken in here, Jayne.
Yes, I did.
Did you leave it in there for me, or did you leave it in here because you forgot?
I left it in there so that you could grab a piece if you wanted. Alright, I'm gonna try restarting because it's completely frozen up for me.
Okay, I'll wait here for you.
Yay, I'm back.
It's not letting me add you to party. Oh, hang on. There we go. Yep. It's not letting me add you to party.
Do we have to be in a village for that?
No. You walk towards someone, and like you check them, and talk to them. You want to interact, like there'll be two sides. Interact, not people.
For each other.
You can also duel anywhere, but dueling actually kills the other person. So if I dueled you, Brian, you would actually die. You know, take half your money.
Okay.
Fun times. I can try adding you to party, Brian.
Yeah, do that.
Yay! How many of these red slimes do we need to kill?
For what? To get it? Okay, that's not how you actually get flash. Go to key items, like when you go into battle, use a key item to the red charm on the red slime. It'll make the catch success 100% because it's a quest. You actually have to catch it. Once you beat the red slime in that battle, you'll get the red slime. It's a catch a red slime event. They'll get you a mage pet.
Okay.
And then the blue one will get you a healer pet.
That makes sense now.
It's to make it so that no matter which class combination you're playing, if you're playing by yourself, you can get past the beginning area of the game. Because when this game first was created, you didn't have the pet system, and you had to have a party, or you'd had to be hyper over leveled. They added this, one, because it's more interesting, and two, there's a way to get people who want to play by themselves, maybe not as a solo, normally solo class, and still go through the game. The my problem is that now there's a smart way of going about it. They took the system from Dragon Warrior and Lost World.
Alright, so items, quest, red slime chalk.
Yeah, only one of you need to use it in battle against the red slime. Use it on the red slime. Now, it used to be bugged for a very short period of time that it would work on anything, so people would intentionally avoid finishing that quest, but just hold on to it forever. And that was exploding it just a little bit.
Alright, so now we need the spider fin.
How do we get that one?
Just kill spiders. Do you know how many spiders we need to kill, Ryan?
You need to get 5 of the venoms, so you get to do 5 battles with spider. If I remember correctly.
Will it give us a notification when our file?
You can check it right back to the player. It's right off all.
Hey, your blob leveled up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back in a second.
So, Jayne, while we're doing this, would you like to tell us about your experiences?
Yes. So, to give a little bit of background, while I was in middle school, around the age of 12 or 13, I came down with pneumonia, and the pneumonia progressed to the point that the liquid in my lungs had started to solidify and turn into a gel. And then I caught pneumonia again at the same time that I had the first bout. So I had more liquid in my lungs. It's got a really simplified name when that happens. It's a case of double pneumonia.
Okay.
So we went to my primary care physician, and I was coughing up blood at that time, so they sent me to the hospital.
Makes sense.
Our local hospital didn't have the facilities and resources to treat me. I needed surgery to insert tubes in my lungs to drain the liquid and other stuff that was in my lungs so that I could breathe. So they bused me by ambulance to New Children's Hospital, which is in the Raleigh-Durham area of North Carolina. Duke is an absolutely wonderful hospital. They work very closely with the medical programs in the area for med students, nursing students, things like that. So they've always got medical students coming in and out during their practices, and it's honestly a great learning environment if you want to work with kids. While I was there, the doctors performed the surgery. They went in and made an incision in my back to insert a camera so that they could practice what they were doing. And they inserted 2 tubes into my lungs on my left side. recovering following the surgery. The doctors were constantly in and out because it was pretty critical to keep an eye on me immediately following the surgery, and they wanted to make sure that my lungs were draining properly. They were also trying to figure out why I had so many respiratory problems. All my life, doctors have said it's your ears, it's your sinuses. You get constant ear infections, and you're constantly getting cold, so you can't keep your lungs clear. Well, the doctors at Duke understood that yes, you're getting all of these colds and ear infections, but there's got to be a reason why you're getting them all the time. So, towards the end of my stay in the hospital, it was actually one of the medical students that diagnosed what was wrong with me. I have a hereditary condition called NEStalgia dyskinesia. Don't ask me how to spell it.
I was just about to ask you how to spell it because you know some of our listeners are going to want you to. I mean, I'm just doing you know, my job as an interviewer here to provide the people with all the information that they could possibly want.
I cannot even begin to spell that.
I think you should make your best effort here.
Most of my doctors, honestly, can't even spell the name of that condition. Most of the older generation of doctors don't actually, they're not as familiar with that condition since at the time that I was diagnosed, it was kind of just starting to be studied and recognized. So yeah, even some of my doctors can't even spell it. They have to go look it up and figure out what it is. But it was a really interesting experience. I was in my hospital room in my bed, and the doctor pokes his head in the door and he's like, I've got some med students here and they're making the rounds and learning stuff, and you're such an interesting case, I'd like to have them listen to the sound of your lungs.
Okay.
Because my lungs sounded weird.
Okay.
And one of the med students, I guess after they left, was like, you know, it could be this, and the doctors were like, you know what, you're right. So that was how I was actually finally diagnosed. But it was, like I said, it was a great experience, and children's hospitals like Duke have so much for the kids. When I was there, they had a mobile library card that would come around so the kids could check out books to read. I think every single waiting room, or nearly every single waiting room in the building, had a TV with game consoles. Some of them had computers, magazines, books, all for the kids and their family to have something to do when they're waiting to get x-rays or waiting for an appointment.
Okay. Could you tell me one more time what it is this thing is that they diagnosed you with?
NEStalgia dyskinesia.
I'm not going to ask you to spell it, but what exactly is it again?
Okay, so it's the way it was described to me by the doctors. It's very close to cystic fibrosis.
Okay.
Now, cystic fibrosis it's a pretty serious condition. Most people that end up with cystic fibrosis don't have that great of a life expectancy. I want to say it's like 30 to 45 years. What I have isn't that bad.
Okay.
And basically what it does is, in your respiratory system, there are these little hairs called cilia. And what they do is they wave back and forth, and this waving motion moves mucus and stuff like that through your respiratory system to keep your lungs and everything clear.
Yeah.
My cilia don't do that. They move, but they work against each other. So the mucus and everything in my lungs doesn't actually go anywhere. So basically, I'm constantly congested.
Okay.
Yes, she is.
In this game, when they put you in a party, you follow whoever invited.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
So I mean, this entire time we're standing out there grinding, I'm just sitting here. Action, action. Wait. Action, action. Wait. You can see why I started jogging in place.
You can swap up. We've been doing how we've been doing it is we've been alternating control, and we just has to walk around and do stuff. Which normally I would love to be the one in control because I was always grew up as the oldest brother.
Couldn't imagine that.
I was more important.
Couldn't imagine that.
But with hours of tediousness, it's especially if grinding's involved, I hate it. So unfortunately, there's not as much grinding as you would think. You don't have much of a choice. So you can stomp and go back to town and come back with a level units or anything. You'll get close to it. So.
What level are you up to, Brian?
We are level we're almost 15. We're almost level 15. And the only reason why it's taking as long as it is for us to level up is because we are such a horribly mismatched party that the only reason why we're doing fine is because we're doing really elaborate
better frames per second with Civ.
So, like,
I mean,
Chris is sacrificing his own hit points.
look at the graphic quality.
He's casting a heal spell on Chris.
Look at all
to make up for the
pretty
hit points he's
colors.
losing by masking
It's
down.
8-bit. How the heck is an 8-bit game getting worse frames per second than Civ 5?
I don't know how you're having a bad frame rate. How you're having bad frame rate. The actual game itself should have bad frame rate. It's clunky based off the interface. You're not getting worse frame rate. But my frame rate.
Well,
is
clearly.
really good. So I don't know if you're actually having an issue or if it's just me noticing how
Crazy dude in the
terrible
basement.
beyond it.
Crazy dude in the basement with a beard talking to 2 kids.
And he's shirtless too.
Exactly. With 2 friends. You remember that monster we had earlier? The monster from Cthulhu Wars.
Oh my god. So creepy.
It was bad. Have you guys seen that game?
I've looked it up when you guys brought it up.
Yeah, board game basically. That is based, it's just a strategy game, a little bit like Risk, based on, H.P. Lovecraft's, world. And when one of the old ones, the figurine for it, he was shaped in such a way that he looked like a certain bit of female anatomy. It was really weird when they would
Ready
turn.
for a boss fight, Brian?
Whenever that thing would turn towards me. Sure, I'm ready for a boss fight. Attack the mouse! Attack the mouse! Oh, that hurt.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Part of the reason I'm impressed with this game is because Beyond Engine is rather limited. Like, you can do stuff with it, but it's what they did with what they were given, or what horrible engine they were given. I'm impressed with it. They brought out I want to say
Darn
A+
it.
developer quality, but they did a pretty good. I was impressed. It was one guy. It's not like a development team. There's one guy who did this. So I don't know. It's also funny. Like he had a lot of good ideas. I like a lot of what he's done. So I don't know. I don't know if I was even answering you at this point. I'm losing track of the conversations. Disregard it.
Oh, I'd stop paying attention to you.
Yeah, disregard the rest.
So, right now, what we're doing is fighting this mouse that the wizard upstairs wanted her apprentice to get rid of.
stupid mouse needs to stop farting.
Are you getting... Yeah.
Oh wow, he's only down to 69 HP, guys. Ryan, we have a long way to go.
Darn.
Yeah, warlocks can just beat the mouse without trying. They heal the damage they all their spells cost health, but they heal the damage they do. So they just sit there and like Vladimir and blood drain everything all day. So that's a big thing. Their heals are less normal heals, or more like transferring their hit points to someone else.
Laugh if you die to a mouse.
Can we switch out companions, Ryan?
Yes, you can. Alright, so what you're gonna do from here until you get to the next area is so remember that the cave you went to? Go due south of the town, there's a
Check
cave.
engine light?
Go into that cave, you'll see the monster
Check engine light?
the monster keeper in the
On
area.
me or her?
Normally it's kept in the
CEO.
towns, but the beginning area is left in the cave.
Sharp for
You have to
selling
go back
me.
to the cave. That's where it's at.
It's my wild name.
It's not
When I
far
play
south.
RPG games, I tend to use this one.
Oh wow, you died.
Yeah, that's where you swap out your companions.
I'm dead. We're all dead.
A
You
rat
guys
beat
get
you.
rocked by the mouse again?
A mouse, not even a rat, but that tail definitely was a rat tail, not a mouse tail.
Is
Details.
you're nitpicking.
No. This has nothing to do with nitpicking.
Hey, I made $71 today, Brian, and that's nowhere near as much as you. But I'm gonna pretend that I made a lot.
You should go get those annoying friends of yours to donate more.
Oh, yeah, some of them did.
No, for all the trouble they caused you, they should give you more.
That's not how this works. I am very grateful for the amount of support and money we've given. I think that was the correct answer. You gotta go party Chris up, Josh up. Oh, I like my money. Alright.
Sure, yeah.
He'll get used to it.
What are you doing? I don't know what you're doing. I'm standing here waiting for you.
Oh,
We're probably, after we beat this boss, we're more than likely gonna start around where you, Steve, and Jayne are at.
Or what?
We're probably just to make a new set of characters, but we want to finish this boss first. We're working on it for a while. So, and we've done this already, so it's not gonna be too hard for us to catch up to exactly what you guys are at.
alright, I guess we grind now until we can defeat the mouse.
Yay. Yippity skippity. So what's your long-term prognosis?
It's a hereditary condition, like I said, so it's not really something that they have a cure for. There's not really a whole lot that they can do to adjust the behavior of the ciliae. At one point, they tried doing a surgery to open up my nasal passages. Basically what they did was they went in and they removed some of the tissue in my nasal passages to try and open them up. That didn't work, unfortunately, and was probably one of the worst experiences of my life. Not because of anything they did, but because the process of healing from that was just absolutely ridiculous. and not something I'm going to go into detail about.
No, you don't need to go into details.
Like us, Steve and I look almost identical.
I would, but it'll make Ryan sick.
You can go into details. Fine.
Are you done eating?
Ooh.
No, not that bad.
So basically, whenever they finish the surgery and the packing in my nose, let's just say it's not fun swallowing your own blood.
No, it's not. I have almost perpetual problems with bloody noses, so I understand.
Yeah.
And they most often come at night when I'm sleeping.
Oh, that's gotta be weird.
Mm-hmm. I love that that us grinding is drawing 3 viewers. One of which is probably one of you. So, as a person who received care, benefited from a hospital like Duke, you know what we're doing with this. You know what people are trying to raise their money for. What would you say to people who are considering donating or considering participating?
If you've got the extra cash, if you could support hospitals like these, it's a great cause. They help a lot of kids. I saw a lot of kids go in and out of Duke over the years. I saw kids in worse condition than I was, and they were just troopers. And the nurses and the doctors were great working with the kids and their families. They always try and set up the families with the local Ronald McDonald House so that they don't have to spend money on hotels for inpatient procedures. There's so much available in the facilities to help the kids feel like they're not in a hospital. The vibrant colors of the walls and the tiling and the artwork. In Duke Children's Hospital, in the main reception area, the entire front of the building basically is glass, and you can see the different floors, and the area that is encased in glass that is basically completely open to viewing the outdoors, and you can see from the first floor to the second floor. There's this huge hanging display that is basically wire circles that have colored feathers attached to the outside of them, and they just kind of like circle with the breeze from the air conditioning units and everything, and it's bright and colorful and cheerful, and it's great. It's great for the kids. They do so much to try and help the kids feel like they're in a safe, fun place. I know during one of my follow-up visits, it was my birthday, and I had to drive 3 hours on my birthday to go to the hospital for a checkup, and they were so nice. They brought me a t-shirt signed by the basketball team's coach.
Nice.
We're about to try the sponsor again real quick. So, I'm here. Just if my response to the delay, that's why.
Oh, you were still here? I didn't realize you were still here.
Yeah, sorry.
But yeah, I only have experience with Duke. I imagine a lot of the children's hospitals are designed the same way, and it takes so much money to afford the game systems, the books, the art that brightens the place up. If you can afford to brighten a child's day when they're facing something incredibly scary and life-changing, why not?
Yeah, and something I'd like to point out here is that there are lots of different charities you can do. She mentioned the Ronald McDonald House. My sister earlier mentioned the March of Dimes. There's also Extra Life. When they raise this money, they make a point of saying this money is going directly to the hospital to do with it however they please. That money could go to buy new clothing for the kids if they need it. It could go to pay for some medicine. It could be put together and be a part. I mean, heck, your dollar could be the dollar that cures some kid of cancer. There are other organizations like Child's Play that, I mean, they specifically, that when they fundraise, they put that money together and take it into the hospitals to do one thing, and that's to improve the quality of life for these kids who could spend years in a place where no kid should have to go. I mean, kids are supposed to be outside playing, and some of these kids, they just don't get ever a chance to go outside and play. The girl who was the inspiration for the Extra Life event, the last 2 times she was in the hospital, she couldn't go outside. She couldn't be around anybody that hadn't been quarantined and cleaned for a while so that she wouldn't get sick and die from the germs that they carried. Hey, didn't he say not to go across the bridge?
We're gonna give it a try.
Okay. But, I mean, when those kids are stuck there without anything to do, it gets really boring. I mean, think about it when you're stuck somewhere like at work or something, and you know, you're sitting there staring at a screen for hours and hours on end with nothing to do until your friend messages you and suddenly work is there. I don't know what that's like at all. Do you, Ryan?
No, not at all.
Yeah. Well, just think about those kids who are stuck there day in and day out with no light at the end of the tunnel of, hey, I get to go home in 12 hours. You know, I can go home and be with my friends and stuff like that. Something like Child's Play, they could bring in a game system, bring in board games, bring in toys, bring in people for them to see. So there are lots of different ways that you can help these kids. This Extra Life event is just one.
Yeah, I definitely agree. There's a lot of good charities out there, and like if we had known about Ronald McDonald House the first time I went to Duke, that would have saved my parents so much money on hotel fees. And
Did you catch my sister's stream earlier?
I caught bits and pieces of it.
Did you hear how much it costs for the for them to operate that bed, the giraffe bed that my niece was in when she was basically struggling for her life?
I missed the cost on that.
$6,500 a day.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And that's just for the basics. That's not counting medicine and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's... equipment like that is expensive. It's... not always shouldn't be so expensive, but it's expensive, and the money for that has to come from somewhere, and the hospitals don't always have it. I think that was the last question that guy had for us.
Sorry, I'm looking up something about Twitch and stuff while you basically do all the work.
I see how it is.
Well, I know there's a way to do it. I just haven't, like, you know how earlier with my technical issues with Broadcaster, you saw it. You could have something set up working perfectly and then not use it for a couple of months and then turn it back on, all of a sudden all the settings are gone. So
Yeah.
one of the things that's always bugged me is that I know that there's a way for people who've been given access to it to stream from their channel to the Pixel Sharks channel. So you don't have to constantly change your authorizations, that you can just say, hey, I'm going to stream, and I'm going to stream to my channel, and I can set my channel to feed to the Pixel Sharks one. So we don't have to keep reauthorizing stuff like when we want to change around our channels and stuff, especially for a big event like this one. And so that's what I was researching, was because it used to be it was a lot harder, but apparently it's been getting easier to do.
Yeah, I know that you can set it up so that you can show other people's streams on your channel. I did not realize that you can set it up so that other people could stream to your channel.
Yeah, actually on the settings for the channel, you can go in there and say, authorize Twitch accounts to broadcast to your channel. So they have to be authorized to broadcast to your channel, but you could do it.
Huh. So I'm looking at our PC right here,
Okay.
trying to figure out what all of this means and how.
Oh, sorry, Chris destroyed it. Yes, Chris, I love it. I'm just letting you know when we walk through this portal, and you're gonna want to walk through the portal so this guy doesn't respawn and then you can find him. Yeah, when we walk through this, I don't know. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to come back for a while.
Can one of you, Ryan, are you at a point where you can check something?
Yes and no. What can I do for you?
Go to.
You just defeat the boss. So.
Go in a browser. You ready?
Yeah, but I was already open.
tiny.cc/EL glitch 15. The number's 15. 15.
Yep.
Now tell me what happens when you see the when the stream comes. Like you'll see the page come up and you'll see 2 embedded videos.
And the bottom one is Guthron.
Yeah, just keep watching the top one. Tell me what happens.
I can't watch them. One says live up top, but it's not actually playing.
Give it a second.
Oh, there it goes. Yeah. All right. Yeah,
okay.
I see it.
Now just go straight to twitch.tv/Guthron. You still staring at that bestiary?
Yeah, I see you playing again.
No, it worked. I set it to host. I set my channel to host this channel. It doesn't work on embedded, like embedded things, like on the on the Extra Life page. But on the actual page, the channel, because we're playing over here on this one, it's streaming what you have going on there.
Alright.
That was what I needed. That was all.
Did you want to drop off some of your extra pets?
Oh, how do I do that? How do I do that?
Talk to the guy.
Did they tell you about inherent bonuses in the tutorial? I don't remember. The perks they give you if you're not in their active party because Jayne's taking up your slot.
Okay, so
You stick a perk for having them. You can't do some perks. Stuff.
how do I drop them off?
When you talk to the guy, if you go to the concur party and click on them, it'll give you an option to like drop off.
Okay, so which one's a good one to keep?
The red one is the caster, the blue one is the healer, and the green one is straight up
On
tank.
reserve, on reserve, if you're a caster, the blue one's hilarious. The blue one is retarded.
Which is a good one to have with the merchant?
The blue one.
No, it's a bad one to have with the merchant.
The green one. The passive on the green one's pretty good, but you don't care about the passive on the red one. You want it as the actual companion, you want the red one over the green one. You want one that's actually like you don't care because you have someone else in your party. The green one is better than the red one. Either case, the blue one trumps both of them.
I didn't hear half of what you just said, so I'm just gonna.
It's preference. As long as you keep the blue one, it's preference.
Okay. I'm gonna stop the stream for now, and I'm gonna go say goodbye to one of my friends who's leaving. We can keep playing this if you want, but I'm gonna pause the stream for now, and then we'll come back to it.
Okay.
Although now we've got 4 viewers. I'm just gonna alt tab out. I'll just leave it.
Yeah, like nearly identical in every way. But
I'm back.
that is good taste.
I need to know who. Okay,
So that was
I'm back.
you can mix and match the scriptures. That's the voice that I want.
So, we're gonna stay here, Jane, or we're gonna go somewhere?
If you're gonna sit next to me, you gotta match them.
So, I was looking at
You keep moving this around, Jane. I'm gonna make sure, because I hear my door opening, closing. I'm gonna stay there and make sure no one needs any help, okay? Oh, darn it. You need help, Corbin? Oh, he's gone.
I accidentally like did that in class. It's not this one. Crap. I mean, you can, but it's really not. They had to realize how ridiculous the nation sounds.
Inside joke?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. So Ryan, what we need to do is we need to set up a Civ game that we can play and beat in under an hour.
Why under an hour?
Because you're the one that hates playing a Civ game and not finishing it.
Oh, it doesn't mean it only has to take an hour.
What I'm hearing is that you guys need to play it marathons.
I prefer marathon games, but I'm apparently one of one.
So, okay, say that again.
As I'm apparently one of one on the people who prefer the marathon those type of games.
The only reason I like to vary it up on this event is because
Oh, I'm not talking about this event. This event's different. It's just, yeah. I'm talking about in general for like Civ or those 4X type games. I like to actually beat the game in only a setting, like a setting or two, not constantly restart, never finish, restart. Like it wears on me.
well, part of the reason why we end up having to do that is because not the same people keep coming back. It's hard to keep. It's hard to keep.
I understand. It's hard to dedicate that kind of time all the time. So I understand. It's
Mike and I burn through games all the time, but getting a third or fourth person to continue, it's a little harder. Jayne, after this fight, I'm gonna need to take a bio break.
Oh, you guys are getting stomped by the cave, yeah. That cave is really lost, if you don't know where you're going. It takes us a while to get to that cave.
So I think you would take out those things.
I'm dead. You could resurrect me. Okay, I need to hit the head. I'll be right back. Sorry, I'm back.
You're fine.
Welcome back.
So we appear to have a lot more hit points than when I left.
Oh, right. Yeah. I had the blue side penis.
Did you just say you got the blue-sided penis?
Yes, that is exactly what I said.
It's what it sounded like.
No, slushy, blue slime, their heel buzz.
Ah. So are those two losers going to join us, or are we on our own?
Give me a second. You have 3 losers there. Josh wanted to fight me, apparently with Chris, 2v1, before I went to bed this cheers.
So basically, no.
No, it's just a sec. The fight only takes like a minute. Because they have 2 healers and I have like 0. And they're just spreading herpes my entire... Ah, sweet, I can use Chris. Oh, and he still blasts my own people. Great. Fantastic.
How do I check? Which one am I looking for?
Wait, you can wait figure.
I don't see it. He had me change all my controls, remember?
What character information? Wait, you gotta be more specific. Which side?
On my controller, how do I bring up the character menu screen?
Yeah, Y button.
Yeah, it's not working. Oh, okay. Now, which one? Stats? I am... Somebody just ran by us.
That was probably Steve.
Oh,
Level 5.
It's under skills. Like, the button is it.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently they want to continue doing this, or Josh is gonna go to bed. I'm like,
Well, time to go to bed. Sorry, I don't feel bad for people who play blackmail.
Well, he wasn't playing blackmail. It's more he doesn't want to start at low level on light. But I said it was fine like 2 hours ago. That's sad. I have no problem continuing what we're doing right now. Do you even probably have it dealer?
Yeah, you try.
That you can't directly control. Make sure one of you has another blue slime members there so they can actually use the ability to heal after 8 rounds.
Okay.
Let's see.
Take me.
Hey, I'm out of here, brother.
Okay. Have fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Yep. We'll see you later. Yep. I'm done with this game for now. I'm gonna switch to something else. I'll stay on the Skype chat with you guys though.
Alright, no problem.
How do I log out?
I just hit file log out.
Okay.